Hello everyone, I'm Rec5,
And I am Sandman 99.
and welcome back to Fallout 4 G9-13 playthrough.
Yes. And off camera, I was out buying supplies
Oh yeah,
to continue with our building project
nice.
that we started last episode. And of course, when I got around to Red Rocket Boston, they gave me a job.
Of course they did.
Because that's what happens if you visit too many settlements. Sooner or later, someone's going to track you down and give you a job. So we have to kill the ghouls in the Mass Pike Tunnel.
Yeah?
So I guess we're going to go and do that.
Ah, easy enough job at least.
Yep. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've probably killed the ghouls in the Mass Pike Tunnel before, but, you know,
You get to do it again.
I guess I get to do it again. And I could go in, actually I probably could go in through this end over here, right? Which is much closer. I'm starting to get some enhanced jumping ability already too.
Yep.
So anyway, yeah, things are a little bit closer over here. We'll just get ready in case there's some bad guys around. And as you can see, I turn invisible when I crouch. And there are good points and bad points to that. And one of the bad points, of course, is that my gun also is invisible now.
Just try to eyeball it with the middle of the screen. It'll work well enough.
Well, no, what happens is that I can still hip shoot, right? And I actually leveled up a couple of times off screen too. And one of the perks that I went after was steady aim, right?
Okay.
And what that does is it tightens up that targeting area.
I'm right behind you.
Yes, you are.
Literally.
Literally.
So close behind you that it sounded like it was coming in your ear.
Yeah.
And then she's not there.
Yeah.
But she got stuck on that car.
There she is right there.
Yeah. She totally got stuck on that car.
While we're here, though, we'll just check these ammunition boxes out and see if they've... Oh, okay.
Respawned.
Respawned some
Which
things.
they have.
Which they have.
Imagine, you know, see, you could stealth missile launcher people.
Yeah, because the missile launcher, as we all know, is a very stealthy weapon.
That's right. You could even possibly put a silencer on it.
No, I don't think there's actually a... I don't think there's actually a suppressor available.
See, that would be the mod, right? Suppressors on missile launchers.
Yeah. Okay, well, here we go. I'm going to do a quick save as usual before we go through a loading door.
I can only imagine how big that suppressor would have to be.
Yeah. Well, just the suppressor on this hunting revolver is huge, right?
Yeah, you see, you go to the missile launcher and the suppressor is like a garbage can on the end.
Well, you know what? When you look at the Gauss rifle in Fallout 4, if you put a suppressor on that, it's a pretty big piece of hardware too, right? Okay, well, we'll... Oh, there's a... Oh, okay. That's a hallucination. It's not real, right? They're not real. You know why? All I can tell?
How?
They have no pink aura around them.
Ah.
Although for a second there, I thought it was real, and I was going, like, what the hell is a feral ghoul
I can
doing
barely see a damn thing.
in this end of the tunnel, right?
Yep.
But anyway, lots of things to pick up here, and all this kind of good stuff. Maybe we'll go and kill that raider first. They'll probably hear us if we start rooting through stuff.
This is the part of the job that I love.
So you see how the raider has a pink aura around him?
Yeah, you can see his life aura, basically.
Whereas hallucinations don't have pink auras, right?
Or undead.
Wow, he was carrying two combat rifles.
So I guess, at least in the eyes of a vampire, technically a ghoul isn't undead.
No. Well, technically, ghouls are not undead in this game anyway. They're not like Draugr are, right? And anyway, I think for the moment at least I can probably stand up again. So that I can see stuff.
But you know what? You can't take that lamp.
Yeah, no, you can't. And strain and struggle with that lamp all you want, but it will not budge. Just like in the senile scribbles. Oh, look.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
This is a unique riot shotgun.
Oh, yeah.
And what makes it unique is that it's actually an automatic shotgun. And there is no non-automatic receiver for it.
Oh, okay.
Like the standard receiver is actually an automatic shotgun.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure which perk it levels with. In my case, it doesn't really matter because I've got maximum rank in both rifleman and
Commando.
But I've got another character that I found that shotgun with that I'm kind of testing with to find out which perk it levels with. Because it is in all respects a riot shotgun, except for the fact that it has an automatic receiver.
Well, that should really clean up enemies quick, though, if you fully unload with it.
Well, this one here has an interesting legendary on it. Okay. Scoundrel scattergun. Critical hits cause target to frenzy. So, and the way that it's set up right now, you'll see that it has dragon breath shells,
Mm-hmm.
and it has a short barrel, which means it's going to have a very wide spread.
Yep.
And I think the idea or the intent of this gun was to use it in VATS and to target enemies that are far enough away that maybe you can hit multiple targets with the same shot. And if you trigger a critical in VATS, which you can do, right? Like you see how wide the spread is on this, right?
Yep.
Like it's really wide. It's almost like a sawed-off double-barrel shotgun, right? And the idea being, I guess, that even if you only hit an enemy with one pellet, if you triggered the critical hit, and that frenzies, well, then you could have, like, you know, 2 or more enemies within your targeting range here, frenzy and attack each other, right?
Yep.
I suppose, in theory, that's kind of what you could do with it. It is, however,
Are you kidding me? It's
an extremely effective short-range weapon if you put what I found a medium barrel and then the duckbill choke, and you change the ammunition to flechettes, which causes bleed damage, and then it becomes a very effective close-range weapon, and even out to medium range, right?
Yeah, currently you don't even have any ammo for that thing.
No, I don't. I'm just kind of playing around here. Guess we'll get the hunting revolver out again. Yeah, because I basically just stored all the ammunition in the workbench, right? Somewhere. Probably if I went back to Boston Red Rocket, I'd be able to...
I'm gonna be pissed if I get soaked.
You're gonna get soaked.
Yeah.
Now this is why you just give her like full rubber gear, right? From head to toe.
Yeah.
Dead as a doornail. Very dead indeed.
Oh, the voices are back.
Yep. They're already starting again.
If I were you, I wouldn't drink a drop of that.
Oh, well, that's okay. I don't drink water anymore anyway. Okay, well. So anyway, as you can see, in third person, you can use the targeting dot to aim. And if you actually have a proper, like a vanilla scope, for some reason, well, the crosshairs on the scope don't turn invisible when you look through it. Right? It's just how Bethesda's invisibility is set up in this particular game, I guess.
Apparently.
Because this is basically the same effect as the Stealth Boy.
Yep.
Right?
I'm gonna be jumping at the
Throwing knives, huh?
What's next?
Yep, throwing knives.
Well, they're definitely quiet.
Yep. And you can recover them if you hit the target that you're aiming at, too.
Well, that's very much problem solved.
Yep.
You should have quite a few knives to recover after that.
Yeah, just gonna...
I'm here if got it. Isn't that open?
Yeah, if you miss with the throwing knives, you can't recover them again. But so long as you keep hitting your targets with them, then off the dead targets, you can recover your throwing knives. Guess we should start eating these guys too, hey? To level up our vampirism powers here.
It would probably help, and it would help keep you fed, too.
Yeah. Oh wow, look at this. A bunch more of them spawned now. I wondered where that glowing one went.
I don't like this. Not one bit.
Huh. Well, this was no problem for you.
No. Well, the thing is that as an Oculus vampire...
You're very
actually,
stealthy.
Yes, stealth is your strength. And every bloodline has certain special abilities, right?
Yeah, like Kate's good at bashing people over the head.
And yeah, like she is an incremento vampire. And incremento have the ability to stretch the blitz perk out to absolutely ridiculous lengths, right? And they also get a huge buff to melee damage, either with weapons or unarmed.
Yep.
And the bloodline called Mortiferum, they are less physically capable than Incremento, but they get the same kind of buff to semi-automatic rifles and pistols that the Incremento get for the melee weapons, right?
Yep.
Basically, they're the supernaturally talented marksmen, right? And there's another type of bloodline that has the ability to dominate other people and make them do what they want, kind of thing. It's sort of like the Wasteland Whisperer perk, only you can do it with people. And there's actually another type too. I think they're the ghoul-like ones that are actually able to release some sort of an explosive area effect attack around them that harms all enemies within a certain distance, right? You know, like I can't remember all of them right now, just off the top of my head, but there's about 7 or 8 different bloodlines, and they all have their own unique special abilities, right?
Yep.
And they also, of course, all have their own drawbacks as well. And the big drawback for the Oculus, which we will demonstrate here, is insanity, right? You see things that aren't there, you hear voices, you know, like that kind of thing, right? And some of the things that you can see and hear are really weird. Like, you get some really weird effects.
Although some of them can be pretty fun, too.
Yeah. Although, if you stay well fed, the hallucinations and the voices and things are not quite as bad. And they get worse the hungrier that you get, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, we should be able to finish breezing through here now. Wow, look at this. I can even see all these aluminum cans under water that I never could see before. Just because I didn't have them
Marked as a material.
eye roll.
I guess that was a unique one.
I guess that was a unique one, yeah. That might have been from one of the Fens Sheriff's Department bounties, actually. And I may have actually collected on that one already, I don't know. Anyway, we're kind of making our way backwards through this area. Because normally I come in from the east end.
Mm-hmm.
But since I've already been through all this area before, see this, I can just about walk right up to that guy and he doesn't even know I'm here, right?
If me boots get wet, you're finding me another pair.
Your boots are already wet. I think they've been wet for a while. There you go. A little bit of a demonstration of throwing knives. By the way, I have ones that can be equipped as grenades too. In fact, I've already got them equipped. And you activate and throw them just like you would a grenade. Except, of course, since they're a throwing knife, the trajectory is straight, right?
Yep.
And I have actually, because of my explosive perk, I actually can see a... you know, like I can see the trajectory that the knife will travel in when I let it go, right? Just waiting for this guy to stop
Something isn't
moving.
right. We should get out of here.
Ah, right by his elbow.
Yeah, moving targets are hard to hit with these weapons, though, right? Because it's not quite the same as with a gun where you can... but you can recover the... See, I can recover the throwing knives with the grenade slot, too.
Yep.
And, of course, if they're insisting on moving around, well, I can always just target them in VATS, too, right? Which makes it a lot simpler to hit moving targets. It's just that the fire rate is so slow, and because these things are not bullets, they don't travel very fast, so... you know, if you try to hit a moving target with them, quite often the target will not be where you were aiming anymore by the time the knife gets there, right?
Yep.
Anyway, I guess we might as well go over here and see if we haven't eaten that one yet. Okay, we need 8,244 more blood points to get to the next vampire level. And the lower levels, like you start leveling up fairly quickly. as a vampire, but then the amount that you need to continue increases rather steeply after a certain point. So then your rate of leveling up slows down, right? Oh, somebody left a laser pistol sitting there. There you can hear the whispers a little bit in the background.
Yep.
Got it. Always thought those terminals were a waste of time.
Hey, wow, look at that. I guess at higher levels they spawn higher level weapons, hey? The guy's actually got an assault rifle sitting there. We'll pick up all the booze and the smokes.
All the good stuff.
Yeah. All the things that are where it make life worth living. Oh, there, we got some shotgun shells now. Oh yeah, right, there's some, okay, well, we don't really need all that cram, but there is a bunch of bottles of whiskey in this other box. Else in here? Nope. So, we can have a little bit of fun with this wonderful shotgun now. Oh,
I'm
there's
gonna
a
be
mole
jumping at
rat.
the goddamn shadows next.
There's a mole rat. And around the corner.
Yeah, bang bang.
Anyway. There's the first person reload animation for that. Because I don't think we really focused a great deal on the riot shotgun yet, right? Hey, look at that. We can also crack this terminal just for the experience.
There we go.
Now, what happens is when you become a vampire, when you first become a vampire, so long as you keep your humanity at 8 or above, then you get a really big buff to experience earned.
Yep.
But as soon as it slips to 7, well, then you lose that buff and things go back to kind of where they were, right? And even if you later manage to raise your humanity back up to 8 again, you still don't get that buff back, right? You only keep it for as long as you manage to maintain the path of purity, which is extremely hard to do.
You can actually raise your humanity back up?
Yes, you can. Because if your humanity slips below 4, well, then you basically turn into a berserk monster that attacks everything on sight, right?
Yep.
So you can no longer really control your character properly in the game anymore. I've got a perk to spend, but I don't know what to spend it on. I could spend it on the last rank of Bloody Mess.
Yeah, what the hell, why not?
Sure. That. And so what you can do is, like, you have to feed once every 5 days, but if you skip a day, then you can still continue to, you know, like, stay one feeding behind kind of thing.
Yep.
Wow, look at that. See, I got both of those with one shot. Wow, what's going on here? I got, like, weapons spawning all over the place here.
Lucky, I guess?
Wow, look at this. Oh, okay, maybe I left them all behind because I couldn't carry them the last time I was in here.
Possibly,
Right?
yeah. And you were worried.
Okay, better check and see what time of day it is. It's 5:15 a.m., so... Oh, inaccessible? Oh, right. Because, during the Fens Sheriff's Department, remember, we had that guy trapped here and we welded the door shut on the other side?
Yep.
It's still welded shut.
I guess you'll have to go the other way around.
Yeah. It remembered, right? Isn't that funny? Maybe that's where some of those extra weapons came from, too, because we were, you know, like killing gunners and stuff in this tunnel.
Yeah, probably.
See, there's some more. Break action lasers, laser pistols, like, you know, weapons that you typically find on gunners, right?
Yeah, literally all the stuff you left behind.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're going to have to go back underground here, and we're probably not going to make it before the harmful rays of the sun come out. But anyway, just to give you a short little demo here, watch this. Right?
Oh yeah, you'd clean up anything in front of you pretty quick.
Yeah, but you see how wide the spread is. So if I was going to use this gun, I'd probably put the medium barrel and the choke on it and change the ammunition type to make the spread a little tighter.
Yeah.
Just because hitting multiple enemies is all well and good, but I don't use VATS enough to really benefit from the legendary that this thing has. But that being said, even if you discount the legendary effect, this is still an extremely effective weapon if you set it up right. Okay. So, let's see here. It's, okay, well, I've got some sunblock, so maybe we'll use some sunblock just so I can make it back to the settlement here.
Yeah, because you'll burn alive if you don't.
Yeah. So we'll apply some sunblock, and then we'll go outside into the harmful rays of the sun, but we'll be shielded, at least for a time. I'm not sure how long this lasts, but it lasts for a little while. And maybe we should pause while we're going outside.
All right. And we're back.
Yeah. And so there we go. And by the way, this gun has, because it's a unique weapon, that you'll notice it has the unique skin on it as well.
Yeah.
So that's why it's got the nice red skin there and all that.
Yeah, the anodized metal.
Yeah. So now we can go talk to this settler.
Took care of those ghouls that were giving you trouble.
You did? That's great news.
Yay, me.
I'd like to see you try to take this place.
Okay, well, now we can maybe pause briefly while I do a little bit of inventory management here.
Yeah, because you picked up all that shit in there.
Yeah. All right.
And we're back again.
Yes, and I figured that I would do a little bit of work on the Scoundrel's scattergun. And you can see that the fire rate is 45, and it remains 45 no matter what kind of receiver you put on it. So that's what I was saying, is that basically you have, you know, like an automatic shotgun, right?
Yep.
So we'll put the advanced receiver on it. And we'll put the medium barrel on it. I kind of prefer not to use the long barrel if I don't have to. Partly for weight considerations, and also just because you know, I like the way the medium barrel looks. So we'll use the medium ported barrel. And you can also put different stocks on it, that kind of thing. But I'm just going to leave the... there's quite a few different kinds of stocks that you can put on this thing, actually.
You're just going to leave it with no stock?
Yeah, I'm just going to leave it with no stock. And I don't really need a large drum on it. We'll just leave the standard drum on. And the glow sights are fine too. We'll put the duckbill choke on it, which gives it a tighter spread. And we'll change the shells to... as you can see, you could fire slugs or pulse slugs or rifled slugs or plasma slugs. Wow, plasma slugs do a lot of damage too.
Yeah,
right?
really.
Yeah. But I prefer flechettes.
Because of the bleed.
Because of the bleed damage. So we'll see how that looks now. After we stick some of these things into the... Right? And now you can see that the spread is quite a lot tighter, right?
Yep.
Like a lot tighter. I don't know that you'd improve that very much by putting the longer barrel on.
Yeah, you know, the thing just becomes a sniper rifle with the longer barrel and maybe some slugs or something.
Well, yeah, if you're going to shoot slugs with this thing and put a scope on it maybe, then basically all you're doing is you're turning it into a sniper rifle then, right? Whereas I prefer shotguns for their stopping power at close range, right? But anyway, I guess we should probably start looking for some place to sleep the day away here. I think I built myself a room in here somewhere. Not up there. Maybe it's on the bottom floor here.
You usually kind of tend to build them underneath things.
Yeah, here we go. Here's where it is. Yeah. So we can go in here nice and safe and sound, and we can close the door, and then we can sleep for 12 hours. Because the sun goes down at exactly 7:30 p.m. Every night. Without any kind of variance.
You have a good sleep.
Oh, I should have explained that part. You have dreams when you're a vampire, too. It's not unlike the dream sequences that they had in Oblivion.
Yep.
In fact, I think it was probably inspired by that.
Very likely.
But anyway, we'll head on off for our construction project again. Now that we've done that little job for our...
Yeah, you still have to finish building that tower, don't you?
Oh, God, there's a lot of work to do there yet. Because I just keep getting more and more bright ideas, too, right? However, as usual, we can sprint everywhere we go. So you might notice I changed my outfit.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you did.
And, but I
didn't even notice at first.
I kept the bowler hat, though, because I like... Oop, maybe I should check and see if I've eaten these guys yet. Yeah, I have already.
Yep.
I kept the bowler hat, though, because I like the bowler hat.
I see.
Maybe we should find a place to bed down for the night.
That's not quite how this works, Kate.
The vampire who wants to sleep during the night and be awake during the day.
Yeah.
Like the opposite of the person who is sleeping during the day and awake all night, right?
Yeah. So anyway, as you can hear, now that I've got a little bit of hunger going here, the noises and the...
Yeah, you've got some auditory delusions going on.
Yeah.
Auditory hallucinations.
Of course, we could stop in here and shoot a couple of ghouls for breakfast, right? There, that'll quiet things down a little. So, you see this ghoul is a higher level one?
Whoa, whoa.
And there's one there too, right?
Yep.
And as you can see, this gun has quite a lot of stopping power, right? Ghoul Slayer's 44 pistol. Well, there you go.
I mean, maybe if you were going to play another Niher mod.
Well, thing about these legendaries that are only specifically good against one type of enemy is that they're only specifically good against one type of enemy,
Yeah.
right? You know, like I'd rather... I think that what I am using right now is the Kneecapper 44 pistol, which has a chance to cripple legs. And I'm using a mighty advanced Western revolver, which basically is plus 25% to damage. And, you know, like, basically...
All of these things are effective against all enemies.
Yeah,
or at least...
well, the legendary ones, anyways, you gain some benefit against all enemies, right?
Yep.
I mean, I guess that a legendary that is specifically good against one enemy type is better than not having a legendary at all, but... See, we still have to do something with Egret Tours Marina, too. We haven't actually built anything there at all. All I've done is basically just sent some provisioners to it.
Well, maybe we can brainstorm some ideas up off camera on that one.
Yeah. We'll have
Give people another construction
catch
project.
that one up later, though, because right now we are still haven't even finished building the other thing. So as you can see now, we got robots.
This better be good.
And as you can see, I'm actually a pretty good shot, aren't I?
Yep.
I only fired 4 shots and I killed all of them. But this mighty Western revolver is actually a pretty hard-hitting weapon too, right? Of course, we've got lots of junk that we can get off these guys. I like it when they find a trader type here, because then that little suitcase is usually full of good stuff too, right? Okay, and now we'll be on our way.
To construction projects.
Yeah, that must be a provisioner down there. Because provisioners don't use the bridge. I haven't figured out how provisioner pathing works yet.
Well, think of it this way, though. At least you don't have Brahmin clogging up your bridge.
Yeah, but it appears that provisioner pathing works differently. Oh yeah, works differently than other, like, regular NPC nav meshing does.
Yep.
Because they seem to be completely unaffected by that sort of, you know, the nav meshing. Oh, look at that. This thing's refilled too. Looks like I can stop by and empty that out every so often as well. So this is a bar that is an add-on from South of Sea, right? Wallace's bar.
Yeah, I think we ended up walking in here once just for a quick stop.
Yeah, you're right. We probably did.
Didn't do anything with it, but we did make a quick stop in there.
So anyway, here we come, and I've actually done some building here.
Off camera?
Off camera. And I put in a fence, complete with a couple of gatehouses. Watch this. Oh, there's a hallucinatory thing.
Settler?
Yeah.
I always have time for you, though. You know what
I haven't gotten the delay thing set on these gates yet, though, because you can actually set up a computer
Yep.
and control how long these switches stay on. This one doesn't have any switches on it yet at all because I ran out of stuff, right?
It was just made to a production quota, okay?
That's right. But you'll notice, though, that I had power going all up the side of this building, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I had lots of fun getting power from... And we'll go all the way up to the top.
Would you do build up some scaffolding or something?
I'll show you what I did in order to do this, because anybody can do this. You don't need any special mods or anything like that. This technique will work even right with vanilla stuff. It's just tricky, and it takes a little patience and caution. This, oh, I guess I've still got an out of
wall
place
piece
wall
out of
here.
out of
Okay,
place
what I
there.
did was I knocked a wall out, right?
Yep.
And you see how that's just coming right off of the roof,
Yep.
right? Okay, so I knocked the wall out. And then, wood, floors. I put a floor piece right there. And then, wood, stairs. I put a stair right there. And then, floor, walk carefully down the stairs. Put a floor piece right there. And then I grab that floor piece and pull it down to here after I put my power conduit on the wall there.
Okay. So you
And I
kind of
just-
just waltzed your way.
Yeah, just rinse and repeat all the way down the side of the building. That's exactly how I did it. In fact, those are exactly the pieces that I used to do it, right? In exactly that way. And it occurred to me after I was finally done that it might be easier to do it from the bottom going up rather than the top coming down.
But it worked.
But it still worked. Now I can put this wall back. So there you go, because I put my fusion generator way up here on this roof.
Where hopefully no one can shoot it.
And then, of course, you know, put my conduit and all that kind of stuff to get over the side of the building. And I put my recruitment beacon way up here as well. And then I started to furnish these, like I just started building beds.
Yep.
Right? So I've still got a lot of work to do yet to, finish this.
Yeah, you've got tables to stick in every single one, and
Oh yeah. Well, basically, I think all I did was I just got the basics. I just got the beds in each room.
Yep.
Because I do have 41 beds now in this settlement. And what I had to do here, as we head down the floors again.
Boy, imagine just getting dizzy and falling down the stairs as you go down this place.
Yeah. Well, I could have just jumped off the side of the building, actually, because I don't suffer any fall damage due to being a vampire, as well as my, perk for,
So you actually
adamantium
got
skeleton.
41 beds in out of all those
Well,
rooms?
see, this is my room,
Yep.
right? Because there isn't really a whole lot you can do with this space with this rock sticking up through the floor. I should have probably built the... Well, at the time when we started the sculpture, we didn't think that we might be building a building here.
That's right.
So if I'd have been planning to build a building here, I would have built the floor pieces high enough that this rock didn't stick up through it, right?
Well, that's okay.
But anyway,
It's a feature of the room.
yeah. Anyway, if we go up here and then we go up here, you'll notice that this floor, which was an open floor, I added some more rooms. right?
Yep.
Just to make up to get up to 41 beds, which hopefully should be more than enough, right? And then we'll use this floor for like socializing and all that kind of stuff, maybe.
General purpose stuff.
Yeah, and we'll put the workshops and benches and things like that on this floor. And anyway, so there you go. That was what I did. Okay. And then when I ran power over here, of course. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and run power over to this one here again and show what I did. Okay. So if I have, I think, I can't remember now. It's been a few days since I did this, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I went and I bought some copper, like some shipments of copper and that kind of thing too, right?
Yep.
So that I'd have enough stuff here to be able to do what I needed to do. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put this over here. We'll see if we can go from
That to that.
that to that. And then we'll do something like this. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Well, wait a minute. Let's do it this way.
You have some fancy smancy idea?
Kind of. I don't know if I've got that very square to the world, but okay. Yeah, we'll probably go this way too. Okay, there.
Now, good enough for Australia, as a guy that we know would say.
Because what I might do later is put laser turrets or something like that on top of this building. You know?
Okay, yep.
So it's desirable to have, you know, some power up here, right? Okay. And what this thing is, it's a power radiator. It's kind of like those, you know, those normal, it's like these things, okay? Only it's the conduit version of them, right? Because these connector things here that you can connect wires to, they don't actually count. Like, they don't radiate power. Like, this thing will power any lights or other devices within range of it, right?
Yep.
But anyway, now we need to have a couple of downward pointing ones here. There, there. And then where are we here? Here we go. It's too bad they didn't make any wall-mounted versions of these, but they didn't. So we'll put a delayed off switch there. Then put one of these up here. And we'll go to there. So now, a little test. Okay.
And it's delayed by exactly 0 seconds.
That's right. There is no delay. But we'll work on that. because now we can put another delayed off switch somewhere here. Right there. Put that one right here. And then we'll go from here to there, and from there, the door.
You fishing for a snog?
And then the last thing we need to do in order to make this whole system work, of course, is to put a computer terminal in to control these things. And we'll need one in order to assign settlers to work and stuff like that anyway. Maybe we'll just tuck it in over here. Did I put in a power conduit here? Yeah, I did, right here on this side. So we'll just tuck it in right there.
All I can think is how uncomfortable that keyboard position must be.
Yeah.
That slope is just too steep.
Okay, what's
I'm new
going on?
here. Did you have anything you wanted me to do?
Oh, I see. Yeah, we went and plugged it into one that's downstream from the, yeah, I was just being dumb. Okay. Oh. Okay. Just pop that out of there for a second. What the hell is this? Okay. Yeah, because this is downstream from this switch, right? So unless that switch is on, well then we're not going to get any power there. So I think I've got a parallel thing going on over here, right?
Well, because you have that power radiator too, right?
Yeah, except that they, for some reason, they made it so that you have to hook terminals hardwired directly up to these things, right? I don't know why. But that's okay. We can stick it in here. And we'll just make with the magic of place everywhere. I don't have to use one of those big clunky wall pass-through units. Right? We'll put a downward pointing one there. Help defend Red Rocket Lexington. Okay. And from here, that is upstream of this switch, so we can connect that to there. Power for our terminal. And then we'll set the delay switch control, and we'll set it to 5 seconds. And then, of course, to get all of these switches to understand that instruction, you actually have to disconnect the switch from the source, and then reconnect it again.
Because it's not smart enough to figure it out on its own.
See? And then, see that? Now it's going to be a 5-second delay, right? And we have to do the same thing with this one. There. And then we'll have to go back to the other gate here and do the same thing with the other ones.
Okay, so that terminal actually set the delay even for the ones over here, huh?
Yep, it sets the delay for any delayed on or delayed off switches that are connected to the system, right?
At the time of hooking it up.
Yeah.
And if you wanted separate delays, you'd actually have to have a separate little grid.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I've never tried doing anything more complex than this. So, anyway, we do have 6 food here, but we have this little pond, so I think we need to take care of our water issues here.
Even though you're probably importing water from another settlement at this time.
Probably, but that's okay. It's good to have a surplus. So we'll have to run some power over here now. And I tried disabling those power lines, but I couldn't actually select them as valid objects. So, you know, whatever it is that created those, they can't be
selected or disabled or anything?
Yeah, they can't be selected or disabled or anything like that. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to put up a power line over here now. So we'll go with... actually, it's probably cheaper to put one of these up first. Because these things cost kind of a lot in materials to build. There we go. Now we should have all the water we'll ever need. So we need to plant some more food now, I think. Wow, 1,235 mute fruit plants that I could plant. Wow. Only 26 melons, so we're a little short on melons, don't you think?
Are you really, though? Do you really want to be planting melons now?
Well, I don't know. Not really. They take up a lot of space.
Everybody wants to eat potatoes anyways.
That's true. Everybody likes potatoes.
Yeah, and you end up with like 4,000 fucking carrots in your stash. You know, I bet you fries taste just as good in the post-apocalypse as they do in real life. I bet you that's what it is. Everybody wants to eat fries.
Yeah, everybody eats tato fries, eh?
Hey man, you know, think of it this way, right? Fries fried up in Brahmin lard.
Yeah.
That would probably taste pretty good.
Okay, well, we might as well plant some more of these too, because everybody seems to like these things as well. Okay, and we'll, since they're all going to very helpfully stand out here in the open where I can easily see them, right? Then I can just directly apply their, see, and these little alcoves here are really quite handy for putting
guard posts.
Guard posts in, right? And I would guess that you can be a guard. There's only 5 people here, so I imagine I must have gotten pretty well everybody already now, right?
Time for a bit of fun, is it?
I guess I can go check out my computer terminal here and see if
Got the
anybody
area
else needs a
covered.
job.
Other side of the settlement.
Yeah, it's on the other side of the settlement. Oh well, you need a job though. We'll go over here and we'll. Oh yeah, I forgot. Have any of those things over here yet? Okay, well, we'll build one here. Put one here.
See, with the job assignment, the
Yeah,
Central Planning Committee memes never end.
That settler is the only unemployed settler, and since that settler will more than likely assign herself to the same side as the other guy, I'll just manually assign her. So that I've got a guard at each gate, right? Okay, that helps the defenses a little bit. So this is actually kind of a fun settlement because while it's not really huge and there's a lot of unusable space in it, like a lot of this is rock over here.
Yep.
On the other side of this fence that I can jump over. Like all of this rock and stuff like that down here, you can't really use that for anything, right? I missed some trees that I could scrap though. I suppose that, and the thing is that the border of it doesn't go far enough to go down to the river, right?
Yeah.
But I suppose if you really felt ambitious and wanted to build some kind of a castle or something here, you could probably use, you know, like the barn foundation blocks or something to, you know, like build yourself a big, huge area that completely absorbs all this rock. And build yourself like a great big massive keep here or something, and then have all the walls extend out from it, right?
Or build yourself something terraced.
Yeah, something like that.
Or just build a big metal dong in the middle of the settlement and
Yeah.
put 41 rooms in it.
Well, this is kind of what we did here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And look, it has such a small footprint, that building, most of the rest of the space is still usable.
Yes, it is. Okay. So, anyway, I was talking about getting up onto there, right? And I had an idea on how to go about doing that. And so, thought maybe I would start somewhere around where that break in the road is there. So maybe what we'll do is we'll replace this piece with, just for construction accuracy purposes, we'll replace it with a piece of junk fence first. By the way, you have to have a mod that adds snap pieces to, or snap points to junk fences for this to work.
That's correct, yep. Otherwise, they're all just free floating.
Yeah. And then we'll start our floor, our foundation here, right? And we can get rid of this piece. We can probably get rid of that piece again now. And since I can't scrap this, I guess I'll just encase it in concrete, right?
It'll be like it was never there.
That's right. Okay, and we'll, get rid of that piece too. Okay. And then we'll put ourselves a handy set of stairs there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put in ourselves a... was this under warehouse? Yeah, elevators. Okay, here we go. So we have a 4-floor elevator, right? Which will snap nicely into that hole that we left in the middle. Right there. Except that I kind of want the doorway faces the way to be facing this way. Okay, there's the button. Right? Okay. So now we're going to need some power over here, too. I think we need to pay attention to what time of the day it is, too. It's 5:30 in the morning, so we better go and take about a 14-hour nap here, and then...
Yeah, what time does the sun come up?
Usually between 6 and 6:30, but I don't like to cut it that close, just in case I forget, right?
Just in case you burn to death?
Yeah, because I don't... You know, burning to death is bad, right? You don't want to do that.
What? What do you mean it's bad? Everybody likes to get a little toasty sometimes.
Yeah. So I'm going to finish off furnishing the big tower. Looks like Red Rock at Lexington handled it themselves. I'm going to finish building the big, like furnishing this big tower off camera, but I'm going to do this other thing that I kind of had an idea that I wanted to do over here. Oh, there, you can hear the voices again now, eh?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to put this right up here. Hopefully I can reach there in one shot, or I might have to put another... I'm going to have to put another one in, because that's too far.
Have it overlook the crops.
Okay, where does that connect?
I think you want to rotate that 180 degrees.
Yeah, I think I want to rotate that 180 degrees. Just pick up the entire elevator and turn it around.
Well,
Okay.
you do have super strength. You probably could.
Yeah.
You're like fucking Superman at this point.
Yeah, that's true. So now we're going to hit 4. And I built this thing with a 3x3 base for a reason. And obviously that reason is so that I've got... Hey, look at that. There's a thing down there. Maybe I should shoot it.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like a Mirelurk King. Okay, anyway, getting back to this. Go back to our floor pieces type things here. We'll put a little walkway here. And... no, I'm not sure if I can... Oh, wait, I know what I can do. I don't need to do that. I wonder if I can do this. Let's see if I can. And I might need this walkway just to give myself room to maneuver here. Okay, another 4-floor elevator that will build in thin air. Whoop. Come here. Okay, where's the power connector? We might as well put all the power connectors in the same side, right? Will that snap to that? Yes,
It will.
Okay.
Yeah, you would have had to build yourself quite a walkway outwards in order to get that to snap.
Yep. Now, this is going to be interesting. Alright, so, go back to floor number 1 here.
You gonna build concrete supports all... Oh, hey, look at that!
What the... oh, yeah, okay. That there is Archibald. Okay. I must have missed floor 1. And Archibald is a imaginary talking mole rat. He's my imaginary friend.
Indeed.
And when he first appears, he's fairly quiet like this, right?
Yep.
But eventually he starts to talk. And then he talks more and more and more. And eventually he never shuts up, right?
Okay.
And so anyway, the very first time I ever played an Oculus Vampire, actually, it made me laugh because I was sleeping in this house that I'd built in sanctuary for myself, made out of concrete pieces.
Yep.
To keep the sun out. And I woke up and I looked, and there's this goddamn mole rat sitting in the middle of my kitchen. So I draw a gun and I start shooting it. And after putting several holes in the floor of my kitchen, I realized that maybe there was something not quite right here, right? And then I realized also that other people didn't seem to notice him. You know?
Yep. It's only you that sees him.
Yeah, it's only me that sees him.
Because you're crazier than shit.
Yes, he's my imaginary friend, right? Okay, so I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do this, but I think I have an idea. And we're going to do something like this. Yeah, warehouse. Can I reach that high?
Yep.
If I jump.
Oh, you missed.
Oh, I missed. Okay, well, that's fine.
You can reach that high, but you still missed.
I think we can do this via the elevator anyway. We can go up to the 3rd floor here.
Using an elevator for elevator construction.
That's right.
I'm irrelevant.
See? And we can put that there. And we can build another one and put it there, and another one there, and another one there. And then we'll go down to the 2nd floor. Oh yeah, right, I have to get out of this first. 2nd floor. Because, you know, we need support columns to hold... Oh yeah, right.
To hold up your massive elevator.
To hold up my massive elevator, right? Okay. And then we can go back down to the ground floor again. By the way, Archie does get in the way too, though. Like, you notice that for me, he seems to be solid as well.
Because to you, he's real.
I fell off the edge there.
You build steel beams like a drunk.
Yeah. Technically, though, this is a column. If it was a horizontal member holding up something, it would be a beam.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something to you then.
Okay, so anyway, we have our second elevator held up.
Already.
Now we just have to get power up to it. And we can probably do it this way.
Ooh, very smart.
Yeah. And then we can go probably from here. Well, I don't really like doing that, though. Maybe we should just...
You could probably actually run it all the way up the steel beam, take that wire, run it completely horizontal at the base, and then start walking up the wire vertically.
Yeah.
So put another conduit right horizontal.
You're exactly right. Yeah. Uh-oh. Something went wrong there. I got hung up in the wire connection sequence there. Right. Okay, there. Just like you say. Yeah. Just like you say. Right. Actually, you know what would be better is if we put one of these things here.
I used to have a
as
monocle.
well.
Have you seen my monocle?
Oh, there's a
I think
quest.
I'll go look for it. What do you
See,
think?
Archie just started to talk.
I saw it
Yep.
near Covenant, I believe.
Yeah, so now he wants me to go to Covenant to look for his monocle that he lost.
Well, I guess we'd better go look for it.
Yeah, we will. We'll do that maybe next episode. We'll go and look for Archie's monocle.
Look at this. Now you've got your nice fancy 90-degree wiring, huh?
Yeah. Okay, how come that doesn't wanna...
Did you not grab it?
There. Okay, there we go. Oops, I fell off the edge again. Okay,
Never
so...
anything good to read nowadays. What I wouldn't give for a good newspaper.
Okay, we'll go up a floor. We might need to go up another floor here, I think. We might need our construction platform.
Your handy-dandy construction platform.
Yeah, I might just build another one, though. Really. Okay. We'll just go here and build ourselves another construction platform to stand on. And then we can grab this one here. Okay. Okay, there's our thing, right? Yeah. Okay, so we might as well build a few of these things, right? There. Okay, so we can go with a power conduit thing here. Okay, is it going to go on there?
There you go.
Okay. Now, where's that other... I suppose it's on the other side of my construction platform. Well, I can still connect it there anyway. Okay, so now, we don't need that one to be there now. Pick it up. Because we got our power going there. And we can pick that one up, and this one. This one. Then we'll go up to the 4th floor. Okay. We don't have any power connected here yet.
If you go to the Museum of Witchcraft, you can find vampire
So
bats.
can I...
Honestly, believe me. Really, no, honestly.
Okay, looks like you'll have to grab the conduit there.
I'm going to have to build my platform so I can get around to see it.
Because Archibald's half in the way.
Well, and also I can't get to it through the wall of the elevator, right? There. And we can just connect it to that elevator, and now we got power there. So we'll just collect our platforms again. Ooh. Almost wasn't in the elevator. Okay, so now I guess we'll go to floor 4 again. Damn it, Archibald, you picked a bad time to show up.
Doesn't it feel like there's fingers in your brain that are scraping their fingernails on the inside of your skull? Well, that's what it feels like to me.
Okay. Now, we need another... We're almost there, eh? Look at that.
Yep. But if you put the elevator right there, it'll be right over top of your first elevator, so then you can run steel beams from your first elevator to your second one.
Exactly correct. Yes, that is exactly correct.
And this big towering structure that extends perfectly vertically into the air is 100% stable, we assure you.
Yeah. Well, of course it is. I'm an engineer. Sort of. Okay. So now, I guess what we need to do is we need to go back down to, I believe, floor 2 here.
And construction platform your way around so that you can start hooking up steel beams.
Actually, I might be able to just reach from here.
Steel
right?
columns.
Yeah, I might be able to just reach from here. Because that's only 2 floors up, right? Now, if I don't want to have to take those all the way down to the base, then I think what I might have to do is something like this. I'm going to have to fiddle around in order to get it to work, though. There. That. Okay, we can put that one away. I guess we can use it as a construction thing afterwards, too. Right?
Interesting name, Archibald. My name,
Okay.
isn't it? Well, I am a
we'll just
naked
kinda...
mole rat. Well, and I am kind of bold, so... well, and I like the name Archie, so it's kind of stuck. So there you go.
There. I know that we got some kind of stabilizer wings sticking off of there a little bit, but... you know, gotta have something to put the bottom of our columns on, right? There. Later on, we can put some more columns down from the edges of these pieces, maybe. That'll sit on the base at the bottom. But for now, this will do. So we'll go back up to floor 4. And just have a look at things here. We're gonna have to figure out how to get power up here now, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, I'm going to retrieve my construction floor piece.
Bye, Archie.
Okay. Now,
Make
how
sure
far...
you put that Pip-Boy to your ear when you're talking to me. People will think we're schizo.
Okay, so we've only got power just going up to here, right?
Yep.
So we need to build our construction floor. Probably shorter if we go this way. Probably would have been easier if I'd have just built them all out of the same kind of floor piece, right?
It's fine.
So, actually, you know what I could do? I could put a piece right on top of that. Okay, well, for starters, we'll just go... I think I like this idea here better. Oh, I'm almost out of copper.
Well,
Damn it.
shit.
Damn it. This is going to be my last piece.
I guess this will be a multi-episode project too, after all.
Yeah, well, Red Rocket South Boston is under attack, so maybe I need to go and solve that problem anyway. And we need to go up a floor. So that I can actually maybe see what I'm doing here. And maybe we'll take a little shortcut here and we'll just stick this on here. Get it to go there. Some of these things, the surfaces aren't really meant to have stuff like this stuck to them.
Yep. Yeah, you'd probably have to attach a wall to it and then,
Yeah, so they can be troublesome, right? Yeah, you know what? That might be an idea
You think
anyway.
a motorbike would suit me?
Yeah, I'll
I
just
want a
do that.
motorbike. Can we go look for a motorbike?
Because these things actually fit with barn or warehouse pieces quite nicely, right?
I figured they would. Yep.
Just like that.
Feel the fear in lunar light. For what you've grown is me.
Okay. So, now we can put our conduit piece on and we'll just put it right on the wall.
If only you had the angle.
Well, it's weird because these walls don't have any collision, you know, so you're sort of just putting them out there on in space, right? Okay, and then we need to go from I guess there to here. Okay, well, I guess that's it. How long are we been doing this anyway now?
An hour and 22 minutes.
Alright, well that's probably enough time for today. You know, hope you all enjoyed this.
Indeed.
We'll ride right to the very top here.
When I
Oh yeah,
say
we're already at
all
the
boils
top
down
there.
to psychosis.
We need to call this one.
To a broth of insanity. My favorite drink is synesthesia. I had
There's
synesthesia.
Archie babbling away again.
I saw all the letters as colours. Well, you guys see the letters? All
Okay, so we don't have any power to this one yet, but by the looks of it, it's pretty close to where we want to go, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we might have to build one, maybe two more of these things, but I'm going to have to go and do some shopping. Because believe it or not, these freeways look pretty high, but most of them aren't more than about 6 or 8 stories off the ground, right?
Yep.
For what you've grown is me.
And what do you plan on doing when you get up there?
I don't know. The whole point was to just get up there.
Oh, and then just see what's going on up there?
Well, it's just something I've never done before, so I figured, well, you know what? Let's try it and see if we can make it work.
It's like, yeah, she went batshit crazy one day, and then she just dropped dead in the middle of the road and got back up, and then she started building an elevator to heaven.
Yep. Well, I probably won't be able to build the elevator any higher than that building
metal
there,
dong.
right? Because I think the build... I actually read somewhere that the highest build limit at any settlement, vanilla or otherwise, is 21 floors. But
Although
anyway...
you might be able to place anywhere higher than that.
Oh yeah, for sure. You could probably, if you had the patience to actually physically drag every single piece up, you know, like you could probably build it 100 floors high if you wanted to, but
Yep.
but who had had the time and the desire to do that?
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess we'll continue with our project in the next episode. And off camera, I'll probably go and rescue Red Rocket South Boston and do a little bit more shopping for materials and things like that. Because obviously I'm out of stuff again. So I'm going to have to buy some copper and probably some more wood and that kind of thing too.
Sounds like a plan.
So we'll do a quick save here. And then we will sign off. So until next time,
I'm RecV5.
and I am Sandman 99.
Have a good one.